it's something we've heard before, that the choice you make today will make you tomorrow. And what inspired this episode, in as much as me and Chema, we talked about the ultimatum, where I said I was going to gist you about my own ultimatum, my own relationship. Yeah, someone I was in a trial relationship with told me that he said that he told me, I know say he hide money. If I want to eat his money, I would have to have sex with him. And it's a decision a lot of people, young girls like myself, has made. We're not here to judge, let's take note of that. But at the point in that relationship, I was really at the point where I really wanted to get into a relationship. Maybe the pressure was much at that time. So I considered it, but at the same time, I was like, that is not what I want my relationship to be about. So let's drop that. I'm giving you the gist and the Joseph gist I told you I'm going to talk about, and this and that. Someone gave me an ultimatum in my relationship, and it was crazy at that point because I really, really was involved and invested in that relationship. So yeah, guys.
And put a cork in your high school memories. This is my country, my damn country. Give me my country, you can keep the rest. This is my country, my damn country. And it don't mean a thing if it don't pass the test. If you ain't never spent a single night in jail, then get another job and I'll see you in hell. I'm drawn like a moth through the neon. Need a bucket of beer and someone to fight. Don't call yourself country if your music is shitty. Or this Carolina boy will take you down to Fifth City. You know who you are, I ain't gonna name names. Just keep your hands off my country and go back from where you came. My country, my damn country, yeah, my damn country, yeah, my country, my damn country, and it don't mean a thing if it.
You are welcome to another amazing episode on EWL Podcast. Don't forget that this podcast is a platform for you to be expressive and a reality check. I'm your host, Luchi Gloria, and let us not forget that EWL Season 1 is coming close to its finale with premieres on June 7th, where I would highlight a lot of things we want to improve on EWL Season 2. We don't know when it's coming, but it's definitely coming, and I'm going to give Chamaka her World Cup finally. She gets to be the first person to have that World Cup on EWL Podcast, because she has really been a very, very important person now. So on today's topic, I don't have my green jotter with me, but I have this with me. I just made a little jotting because I don't want this to be a very lengthy episode. I just wanted to go straight to the point, and we just talk about stuff, and that's it. So before my introduction, I told you about my ultimatum, where someone offered me an ultimatum that I would have to have sex with him for this relationship to work, or for me to gain the benefits of financial benefit, whatever it is. But I made my decision that is not what I wanted my relationship to be, in as much as it's part of it, but my rotation is different, so I think different, you guys. So on today's episode, I titled today's episode "Our Choice, This or That." So I'm going to narrate a very short episode for you guys. Like it happened with one of my lecturers in school. I think I'm going to start with one of my lecturers in school. So I had this exam. Those times I was an undergraduate. Yes, I'm a graduate. I wrote one exam. I think it was my part 4, my final year, first semester. And I went to meet the lecturer, and I was like, "Sir, we had an online classes and whatnot, so I read for the exams, and I was like, as every student who wants A or B." So I saw my results, and I think I got 55 or 58. That's a C. And I went to meet the man and said, "Sir, I wrote well. I want to see my script." And when he gave me my script, I discovered I had 34 over 60 in my exam, and I had 20. Around 20 over 40, something over 40. And he was like, "Have you seen your script? So what do you think?" And the first thing that came up in my mouth was, "Sir, do I have a choice?" And in that moment, I felt like I was not strong-willed, because calculating my results and everything, I felt I deserved a B. I would have said, "Sir, I had 30 in this place, that's a B, and I had 20 in this place, and that's a B if we want to do the average calculation." And at that point, I was like, "Sir, do I have a choice?" And I'm here to tell you that we do have a choice. What makes us capable of making our own choices, the strong way we have to make those choices. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me, so I don't know, let's reason together on this episode. So yeah, guys, James Brown once said he made a choice that he was never going to go through the same experience he went through as a kid or as a teenager, that he made a choice to not be poor. And he asked the question that, are you confident enough to make that choice? That's one thing. But are you confident enough to take that bold step? And relating to what I just said now, I felt like if I had pushed further with my lecturer at that point, I felt like he would have given me a, because I think it was 3 marks, and my work were well articulated. It was just missing points and here and there. So at that point, all that came up in my mind was that, so do I have a choice? And with this episode, reasoning with you guys on this episode, I realized that yes, I do have a choice at the end of the day. It's just being strong with making the right decision. And I just said something that the choice we make today is what is going to make us tomorrow. And that's why I feel like it's very important with train ourselves to be strong-willed. I talked about two mindset in one of my episodes when I talked about stock. When I said two mindset we must have as individuals, I must win and I must be right. And that is really important because this life is survival of the fittest, like as on periods. This life is a survival of the fittest, so you have to be strong-willed to make the right decision. So today's message is God has given you the will to make your own choices. You as an individual, you have been given the power to make your own choices. In as much as a lot of time we tend to fail, I believe that failure is part of the lessons when it comes to success. And that is what I want you to take out of this episode. Failing in some of your ordeals or some of your dealings is something that will propel you to success. I go on social media, in as much as there are a lot of things going on in social media right now, the oppression and whatnot, the 8 million naira dress and everything that's going on. There's something that is very persistent with me. I look for stories that I can actually relate to, not necessarily stories, but I look for characters, I look for idols that I can really relate with. And when it comes to the likes of Nancy Sime, I just feel like I know she made the decision that she was going to have a better life. Yes, everybody makes that kind of decision, but there's something that's called like she's very persistent and consistent, and that's what I want us to just take out from here. Dreams are big. We dream big. I can list my dreams right now. Everybody's going to say it's not realistic, but I beat my chest that with persistency and consistency and being strong-willed and making the decision, even though say this one I won't make sense, a wrong decision, or you don't even know, you're not even sure if it's a right or wrong decision because it happens sometimes, but we just want to like, okay, I've made my choice, let me just go with the flow. Sounds linear, but yeah, sometimes it happens. Let me just go with it and see what happens. This is something that I want us to pick out of today's episode. Our choice is what is going to make us. But let's not forget that before the choice is going to make us, we have been given the power to make those decisions. And every time I talk to my siblings, I'm like, we have to make the decision not to be a liability. Liability in the sense that you don't want to be someone that is yim. Anyway, it means give me. So on this episode today, I just want to remind us that decisions are hard. Making our choice are hard. We're not even sure if we're making the right decision. But we don't want to go back on our life as teenagers. I'm not only a teenager, I'm my early 20s, and we don't want to look back and say, if I had. Starting my podcast was a very strong decision I made. The choice to be consistent is not been easy. I'm my 47th episode, and I intend to shoot 50 for the first season, which is running up June 7th. It's something that we just have to do at the end of the day. We have to push ourselves regardless of the bad vibe or bad whatever. We just have to go with the positivity of the end of the day. I've been on this podcast for 1 year and I have 2,000 views on YouTube. I have over 800, close to 900 listeners on Anchor, plays on Anchor. And is it encouraging? Yes, it's encouraging. And I used to tell my brother that I don't believe in this statement, never let this lead to beginning. But at the end of the day, never let this lead to beginning. Does that make sense? It should make sense. So guys, on this episode today, let's think well before we make our decision. It necessarily will not be the right one. It's as if I'm going over what I've said over and over again. But that is the message for you guys today. Yeah guys, don't forget to go stream my podcast on Anchor, Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to go subscribe to my YouTube channel at Luchi's Concepts. Yeah, let's give a moment for you to subscribe. Yeah guys, so make sure you like, subscribe, share on your notifications, because I promise you, get used to this podcast. Season 2 is going to be, but season 2 we're moving towards consistency and persistency, making the right decision to always be persistent, doing the right thing. Hard work, networking is what we're saying. So yeah, on your notifications to enjoy this journey with me, and don't forget to follow me on my social media handle at Luchi Sconcept and EW Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Luchi Sconcept. I'm not really active on Twitter, but yeah, we'll be down there very soon. Yeah, guys. So like I always say, spread love. God is love. Love is God, and I love you guys. Very important. Love is very important in every society. You know what I mean, guys? Bye.
Well, then I'm proud of you. Now get it.